Hello all, it's me, Ms. Kirkley, one of your favorite math teachers here at the 7th and 8th grade academy, and if I'm not, I will be by the end of these YouTube videos. So today, I'm throwing it back a little bit. Although this is not normally a middle school standard, I was asked if I could review adding and subtracting fractions, and I'm going to do that today because sometimes we just need a refresher, and that's perfectly okay. So first, I'm going to do adding fractions in this video. So adding fractions can be a little tricky, so we're going to talk about it today. First things first, I see this problem that's in front of me, and it says that it is going to be 1/4. Sorry, my Wayboard's not working. It's going to be 1/4 plus 1/5. So the first thing I need to do is I need to see, do these have common denominators? So remember that this is your numerator, and this is your denominator. The easiest way to remember that is nup and down. Nup on the top, down, denominator. Easy. So first things first is I need to see if they have common denominators. Why is this so important, Ms. Kirkley? Well, if I were to write this out and make this a picture, I have this broken into fourths, right? And I would have this one broken into fifths. And when I do that, I can't just throw this together and know exactly what it is. So I need to have a common unit to know. So it's kind of like saying, can I add tablespoons and cups together and know exactly how much I'm supposed to measure out in my cup? No, I need to have a common denominator just so I know exactly what is being given to me and being put together. So first of all, 4 and 5 are not the same numbers, so I wouldn't be able to add those together right away. And so the first thing I would have to do is find a common denominator. The easiest way to do this is to just multiply these two numbers because it's going to give you a common denominator every time, because obviously 4 times 5 and 5 times 4, that means both of them are able to go into that denominator every time. But another way you can do this is listing out its factors, or listing out its multiples, and that would just mean that you would list out 4s if you were multiplying, so 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, and 5, 10, 15, 20. I know 20 is going to be my least common denominator that I can use as the bottom. So that's the first thing I would do. So now I know that there is 20 on the bottom for both. The next thing I have to do is I can't just keep that 1, because 1/20th is not the same thing as 1/4. 1/20th would mean that I have 5 cents in a dollar versus 25 cents in a dollar. They're not the same. So I need to make sure that I am able to make sure that they mean the same thing, so making an equivalent fraction. So what that means is whatever you had to do to this bottom number to get to your new bottom number, you also have to do the top of your fraction. So in order to get from 4 to 20, it's always multiplying or dividing, by the way. 4 times 5 gave us that 20. So that means I have to multiply this fraction by 5 on top in order to get the same thing, to make it the same. So 5 times 1 would give you 5. Then down here, I have 1/5. So in order to get from 5 to 20, I had to multiply by 4, which is totally cool. They're going to be different because they aren't the same number to begin with. So they're going to be multiplied by different things to get the common denominator. Otherwise, we wouldn't have to make a common denominator. So 5 times 4 gives us 20. And then I'm also going to have to multiply that numerator by 4, because whatever I do to the bottom, I do have to do to the top to make it equivalent. So 1 times 4 is 4. Now, I'm going to keep the denominator the same. Now I can actually do the adding. So I'm going to keep the denominator the same because it's the same denominator. It's like saying out of 20, now I have this total. So even when I'm saying like $1, if I'm saying I have 5 cents and I have 10 cents and I'm adding them together, I don't change that $1 is worth 100 cents. So in this capacity, I would keep that denominator the same, which is 20, and then I would just add the tops. So 5 plus 4 gives us 9, and that's going to give us 9/20ths. Let's do some other examples. I have 1/8 plus 1/4. So again, I'm going to list out the factors here, or the multiples here, because I think it'll be a little bit easier. So I have 4, 8, 12. Oh, wait, look, 8. So I wouldn't even have to change this fraction in this case because literally it already has my least common denominator, which is 8. So what I have to do is change this fraction over to 8. So for 8, that means it needs to be multiplied by a factor of 2 to get to the multiple of 8. So 4 times 2 would give me 8. So now that's my common denominator. And whatever I have to do to the bottom, I do to the top. So 1 times 2 is going to be 2. And now I just add across. So 8 stays the same because that is my denominator now. And then 1 plus 2 is going to give me 3. So now my new fraction is 3/8. Let's try it one more time. So I have 1/6 and I have 2/3. So again, I see 3, 6, 9. Well, 6 is a multiple, so I'm going to be able to just keep 1/6 the same and change this over to have a 6 as a denominator. So I have 1/6 here plus 2 plus 3, or 2 over 3. To get from 3 to 6, remember we're always multiplying or dividing. I'm going to multiply by 2. And what I do to the bottom, I have to do to the top. So 3 times 2 is going to give me 6. And then 2 times 2 is going to give me 4. And then I'm going to keep that denominator the same because I'm just adding. I'm not multiplying or dividing. And then 1 plus 4 is going to give me 5. And there you have it. That's adding fractions. If you have any other questions, please reach out to your math teacher. And if you'd like more content like this, hit that like button. And thank you so much. Bye-bye.